Hey guys, Danny here, super excited to show you how to play the song As Bread is Broken on the guitar. In this video, I would like to do things a little bit differently than I have in other videos, and I want to show you how to arrange a chord melody or fingerstyle guitar, some people call it, for a song, and this particular song, and kind of what the process is as far as how to do that, right? What's the step-by-step approach in doing that? So the first thing that I did is I actually put this in tablature for all you guys. I know a lot of guitarists, they can't read in standard notation, right, the notes. So I put this in tablature for you. So the first thing that you'd need to know how to do is play the melody on the guitar. Is you actually just want to learn this melody straight up, and you have to learn it really good so you know it, okay? Okay. The next step is, so you play the bass note and then you play the melody. So you play the bass note once with the melody. So for example, as bread is, right, this little pickup line right here. So this note right here is going to be played with this G note, or this bass of this G chord, at the same time. So it's going to sound like this. And that's it. So this measure would sound like this. You play, again, I'm playing just the G note. You could play your G chord, but then again, I got to reach for this note, okay? And that's the reason I have this chord here, okay? It's kind of an idea of how to do that. So you got to find the bass of your chord, which is G right here, and I'm going to play this first note right there at the same time. And then notice right here on this third note, or excuse me, this D note, this number 3, the 3rd fret, thank you, is I'm gonna stretch over with my pinky right here, okay? So it's right? And I have that bass note ringing throughout the measure. And so the whole thing sounds like this, and you kind of have to do a little bit of a stretch right there, right? If you can see that. Those are my, so again, I'm going to start on this measure right here. So it goes like this. Okay? And notice on this note right here, this number 3, I hold that out as long as I can, right? I want to hold that out as long as I can. That makes it sound a little bit more together. It sounds more cohesive that way, okay? It sounds prettier that way. So again, this measure would sound like this if I'm going to hold out each note as long as they can go for ringing out anyway. Okay? And then I'm going to let these notes ring out. Even if they bleed into the next chord, it's going to sound awesome. Here's from the top. Here it sounds like this. Right? And now we're on C. I ended right here on that note, and we're on the C. So that's it. So again, I'm going to do this whole line right here, and notice this D/F sharp. That's originally, it just says D chord, but the F sharp, it gives it more bass, and so F sharp is in the key of D anyway. You'll get the idea. So I'm going to play this first line, and I'm just going to use the bass note. So each chord, I'm going to play the bass of each of these chords. So on the A chord, the bass of this A chord is just this open A. So I really don't need to play the A minor, but it's a good thing. It's a good habit to get into, playing the chords. Okay, so here it goes. It goes. Oops. Right, so that chord right there, I messed that one up. So we need to practice that one, right? So right here on A, again, I like this shape for A minor. So when I get to the A minor, I'm gonna use my pinky and hit that this third fret right here on that B string. Oops, let me get this out of the way. So it'd go, and all my fingers are already there because I have this chord here. And then this next chord is, you can do this D/F sharp, which looks like that. Okay, so I put that one in there for you. Again, if you play just the D chord, it would sound like that. There's the D note. It still works out. It just gives it it's a different sound. Okay, it's still part of D. And then, okay, we just did this. Da 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 da. This part is a little bit more difficult because now you have this G and you have the 5th fret. So you're like, well, how do you play the G chord and get this note in there at the same time? You could stretch, right? You could do that. Okay, you could do that. That's another benefit of just getting more well versed in the guitar is I'm going to play the octave above this. So here's the octave. It's the same note. If you don't, those who don't know what an octave is, it's the same note, just 7 notes or 8 notes above in the major scale. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the same notes. So I can play this one and this one. So now I got the G note and I have this 5th right there. This 5th fret right there. So that's how I would do it. Okay, again, that line would go. Oops, I'd play these. I'm basically doing these. Oops. Yeah, so right there, if you can see that. And I'm using these fingers, my ring finger and my pinky, because the next note, this 3rd fret, I'm gonna do that, right? So again, here's the G, so it's da, da. And we got C. Here's my C note, and I'm playing this one at the same time as my C bass. Da, da, da. And then I'm playing the G note, and then whatever note it's telling me to do. So this 3rd note right there. And then I did a D slash, well, in this case, D7. You could do it this way with just this open D note if you're doing the D7, right? And this note right here. I did when I played it, I think, for you guys the first time through, I played this D slash F sharp. So it went like this. That sounds nice. Okay? It's a little bit more cohesive. Again, I did this chord right there. Okay? Anyway, so hopefully that gives you some ideas. So now, once you got that down, it's like, how do you add in all the other stuff? So what you have to remember is that you never play anything above these notes, these melody notes, or these notes right here, right? These tablature notes. You never want to play anything above that because you'll lose the melody. The thing that you're hearing is you're hearing the melody, which is this top line right here, okay? That's what you're listening to. That's the melody that most everybody is singing. And then if you know a little bit more of how to read parts, you know, if you've been in choir or whatever, then maybe you'll sing these other parts below. But this is what generally people are singing, right? This is what they can hear and understand what's happening. That is the melody line, and that is what this top line is right here. Okay, that's what this one is. And then all the notes below are just fillers and part of the chord, and they make it sound a little bit more full. So then it's like, what do I do? How do you add those things in there? Do I have to read music? No, you don't. You can just play the melody, as I said before. So, okay, and then you want to add one note in between these notes. If you can do that, if you can add a note in between here, in between here, between here, right? And you can add any of the notes below this note. Okay, so for example, you have that open G. You can add this note in here. It'll sound great. And you can play the G, right there, that G chord all the way up to this note, and it'll sound great. So all I did was I hit the bass note and this melody line at the same time, and then the next note I played this open D. So, and then I got this next note, and I can add the note below that. So it would sound like this. So we got this total. Right? I added these 2 notes. Okay? And that's the process. And it might be a slow process, a painful process, but it's totally worth it. And it's painful for everybody, by the way. It's not just like somebody wakes up and they can just do this automatically. It takes a lot of work. So anyway, hopefully that gives you guys some ideas on how you can play a chord melody over this. Or another way to play this would be really fun is to grab another buddy playing guitar while somebody strums these chords and the other one just plays the melody. It'll sound great. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching this, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.